and legends never die. It's RWL Wrestling on the RWL YouTube channel.
The following professional wrestling exhibition requires discretionary viewer participation.
Hi friends, fans, and fam. Hampton, Virginia, the backdrop for this week's Rwl Sn Rl.
Howdy.
Wally Cardill, along with GB Johnny Bianco, and of course GM Tex Lynch with the call of the action. And it's another killer lineup for 2 hours of RWL wrestling action.
The midweek late night card was pretty awesome, but this week's Sn Rl promises to be even more awesomer. The usual 2 hours of great wrestling, and word is, Mr. Ringside Eddie Guns, our latest Memphis millionaire, is finally putting in an appearance almost 2 weeks after vanishing into thin air after Memphis. I mean, you gotta wonder what the deal is with the radio silence from a Memphis Million winner.
It's never happened like that before, that's for sure. I mean, everybody usually trots out to the ring with their contract briefcase to pat themselves on the back.
More about that later, folks, but right away we're starting out with Legends Division action. Larry Zbyszko, the self-professed living legend, facing Gene Snitsky of the Ferrantino Group.
Speaking of Mr. Ferrantino, the Texas Hangman drew a hefty fine and a one-show suspension, which means they're back competing tonight. Tex, not for nothing, but isn't that pretty? Well, lenient, considering they put Scott Bell in a hospital, and he's still in there a week later. How is that even fair?
Just a minute, GB.
Good evening, and welcome to our RWL Sn Rl, our opening contest, set for one fall, with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, accompanied by Bobby the Brain Heenan, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, weighing 239 pounds, Larry Zbyszko.
Well, all right, to answer your question, GB, I believe in perfect transparency. I will have you know that Danielle Heathcote and I pooled our resources to pay the Texas Hangman's fine, and it was originally supposed to be a 3-show suspension, but Steve Groves and I bargained Colin O'Toole down to a 1-show suspension. In light of the fact that they did not compete at RWL Late Night this week earlier, they will be back in action tonight. Now, I know that seems like we may be showing favoritism to the Texas Hangmen, but keep in mind they are the new TV Tag Team Champions, and they did whip the living tar out of Too Short Popeye, and I'm sorry, that's a public service where I come from. Well, them's the breaks, kids.
And his opponent, accompanied by Matthew James Ferrantino, from Nesquehoning, Pennsylvania, weighing 305 pounds, Gene Snitsky.
Bro, I hate to be that guy, but bro, that's technically a slap on the wrist for something that would get you locked up outside of our business, bro. Tex, bro, you and Danielle paid their fines, bro. They didn't, or even Ferrantino, nobody had to come out of their own pockets, bro. What are we even doing here, bro?
You have a very unconvincing Vince Russo, Wally. Gene Snitsky. Big bad Gene Snitsky, along with MJ Ferrantino and his tag team partner Lars Sullivan, coming off a win just the other night at Late Night. Oh man, yes, Mr. Ferrantino's extremely popular, and no, he didn't have to pay the Texas Hangman's fines. And what they did, nobody ordered them to do. Scott Bell picked the fight. Oh sir, he got loud with Killer, and he got what was coming to him. But that aside, let's focus on this match. Willie Johnson rings the bell, and here we go. Snitsky charges Larry Zbyszko with a pretty quick counter. Round Snitsky up, Snitsky counters, gets himself out of the danger zone. Snitsky with an elbow to the face of Larry Zbyszko and a gouge to the face of Larry Zbyszko. Zabisco's face may not be the same after this one German suplex from Gene Snitsky. Snitsky rounds up Zabisco. There's a double air clap to the sides of the head. A hard right, a kick to the face. He's just going to kick him into the canvas. Zabisco counters. There's a Luthes press, a set of hard right hands to the head of Gene Snitsky. Bobby the Brain Heenan finally out here supporting Larry Zabisco. About high time he did too. A hard right. An arm drag counter from Gene Snitsky. Zabisco counters, takes Snitsky down to the mat again. Oh, now. A single leg crab. Well, nothing too showy from Larry Zabisco, but it works. Zabisco counters again. Snitsky catches a dragon screw from the self-professed living legend. Never gets tired of telling you, he's the guy who retired Bruno Sammartino. He's the guy who retired Nick Bockwinkel. Anyway, oh, forget it. Clothesline doesn't do too much to Snitsky, but an arm drag sure as hell did. Larry Zabisco taking control of this match all of a sudden here. Snitsky counters. Jumping neckbreaker takes Zabisco down. There's a stomp to the back. Gene Snitsky quickly turns him over, quickly covers and hooks the leg. One. No, not even a one. Oh, man. Snitsky with a kick to the back of Larry Zabisco. Zabisco counters with a nice judo-style arm drag. Snitsky in trouble here as Zabisco. Whoa, he made the dive, but nobody. Oh, man. Snitsky with a roll-up pin. Well, how about that one? Oh, not even a one, but that was well done by Gene Snitsky. Snitsky rounded up by Zabisco, whip to the rope. Zabisco ducks under. An elbow to the face and a quick pin from Zabisco. One. Whole lot of not even a ones here. Guys still have a lot of steam, but they're going to wear down after a while. Zabisco with another kick to the back of Gene Snitsky. Snitsky rounded up. That chair. Bobby Heenan magically made that sucker appear. Zabisco whipped into the corner. Snitsky doesn't make the connection. Zabisco gets out of the way. Snitsky headfirst into the turnbuckle. And he gets a set of shots from Larry Zabisco. Snitsky collapses center ring. Bobby Heenan getting into it with Willie Johnson, trying to distract him. Zabisco catching it from Gene Snitsky just the same. Not going to make a whole lot of difference. Zabisco counters with a shoulder tackle. Like a ping pong match. Whole lot of back and forth here. Larry Zabisco currently with the advantage. There's a rake to the back of Gene Snitsky. Ooh! Elbow to the face of Zabisco is swinging a miss with the clothesline. Snitsky catches an elbow from Zabisco. Zabisco going 7 counts off here, swinging a miss from Snitsky. There's a spine buster from Larry Zabisco. Snitsky scrambles into the corner. Oh, man. Well, now, Zabisco misses his shot, but counters with a kick to the leg. MJ Ferrantino can't seem to figure out what's going on. Oh! Nasty spinning suplex from Zabisco. 1, 2. As near to a near fall as we've had so far. Gene Snitsky rounded up by Larry Zabisco. Zabisco whips him to the corner there. Oh, quick counter from Gene Snitsky. Zabisco whipped into the corner. Snitsky. Oh man, a set of machine gun punches and a nice uppercut to Larry Zabisco. Oof. Gene Snitsky just throwing all his weight into that one. Zabisco collapses center ring. Here's another pin attempt. 1, 2, but no. Again. Zabisco keeping it to a near fall. Snitsky gonna have to figure out what's next. I think he's already figured it out. Zabisco gets to a standing position. Boom, boom, a set of shots. A spinning fist. Another kick. He's just, like I said, he's going to kick Zabisco into the dirt. Oh, man. Zabisco just catching all kinds of shots. Snitsky covers. 1, 2, 3. That was brutal but effective. Gene Snitsky picking up the win by pinfall.
The time exactly 5 minutes. Your winner by pinfall, Gene Snitsky.
Damn it, Snitsky is just 1 second over. I don't get to laugh at Zabisco and go, he didn't even go 5, baby. He didn't even go 5.
Chalk up another win for another monster in the other MJF's Murderers Row.
The Ferrantino group is totally the land of the giants, and Ferrantino has surrounded himself with a legion of them, and Snitsky is a key piece of his stable. Big time win over Zabisco in just 5 minutes.
Winning is getting to be a habit with MJF and company. Can't believe he just acquired the Kanari Doku either.
If that means we see more of Mizuno and Suzuki, I'm down with that, and we'll be right back with more Rwl Sn Rl in a minute.
Well, they may be wiped out in the TV Tag Tournament, but Superstar Billy Graham and Jesse the Body Ventura have not given up. They are back in action tonight, set to go in a tag team matchup with International Champion Big Jake Blackwell and the German technician Stefan von Berger, the Insiders.
The following tag team match is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, accompanied by the Grand Wizard of Wrestling and a combined weight of 545 pounds from Minneapolis, Minnesota, Jesse Ventura, and from Paradise Valley, Arizona, Superstar Billy Graham. The frustration is seeping out of their pores. Graham and Ventura were once the top dogs in the division as Legends Tag Champs, but it was so long ago that it's lost its impact. And these two have had roadblocks thrown up at them all day long.
Their latest attempt at gold being the TV Tag Tourney, only to crash and burn at the end. I'd love to be able to say it's not their fault, but you can only use mitigating circumstances as a blanket excuse because nobody's losing matches for them.
Well, you're definitely right about that. The buck stops with them.
Accompanied by Sylvia Strong at a combined weight of 552 pounds. From Heidelberg, Germany, Stefan von Berger. And from New York City, our WL International Champion Big Jake Blackwell, the Insiders. You can see for yourselves, Sylvia is taking not having made Manager of the Year in stride. Taking it surprisingly well, actually. Sure, she was mad for a little while. But like she told me, the Stronghold has been on top for a long time. So she doesn't begrudge Ferrantino's success, which she says he earned. And coming from Sylvie, that's a rave.
That's a relief. I was thinking there could be a full-blown war between the stables over this, but I guess not. Glad Sylvia is being a good sport about the thing.
She's not kidding herself, though. She realizes that Ferrantino's massive stable is full of people that could potentially take titles from her people. So she's happy for Ferrantino. But it's a guarded thing.
One thing Sylvia Strong is not stupid. That's how she's been a success all these damn years. And this one comes about because of Graham and Ventura's big mouths referring to the Insiders as the Stronghold's third string tag team. Behind the Originals and the Psychedelics, well, you could imagine that did not sit well with Sylvia or Jake or Stefan von Berger, and that's what brings us here tonight. They guaranteed that they cannot be beaten, not by Jesse Ventura and Superstar Billy Graham anyway. Well, let's see if they're right or not. Of course, you DBZ fans will recognize the Planet Namek theme with guitar by Steve Lukather. Alright, let's quit grab-assing around and get to some wrestling. Superstar Billy Graham and Stefan von Berger starting things off here as referee Tom Kanamura rings the bell, and here we go. Von Berger opens up with a couple of chops and a kick to the midsection of Graham. Has him up, slams him right back down, face first into the canvas. Von Berger with an elbow across the back of the head, an elbow across the back of the back of Superstar Graham. Stefan von Berger countered by the Superstar, back up on his feet, follows up with a stomp to Von Berger. Von Berger rolls to the outside, just right beside the Grand Wizard. Graham on the top turnbuckle. Oh man! Double axe handle off the top from 10 feet up. Nails Von Berger. Hard right, spins him around. Von Berger counters with an elbow. A hard right to Graham. Graham counters with a kick to the midsection. Stefan von Berger drives him into the ring steps. This one got personal, hot, quick, and in a hurry. Von Berger with a kick to the gut of Superstar Graham. Sets him up, neck breaker drop on the outside. The referee still continuing the count and everybody completely ignoring it. That's alright. Graham rolled back inside the ring. Knew it would happen sooner or later. Von Berger takes himself to his corner, tags in the man of the people, Big Jake Blackwell, the international champion. Blackwell takes himself all the way up to the top here. Here we go. Oh, man. Coffin drop off the top. Here's the pin attempt. 1, 2. Just about a 2. Blackwell tags Jesse Ventura with a right. Just on principle, I guess. Graham counters with a knee to the midsection. Blackwell whipped to the ropes. There's a hip toss from the superstar. Graham rolls him over, covers and hooks the leg. 1. Even a 1, really. Blackwell, still very fresh, just got into this match here. Graham lines up the arm. He's got him up, and oh, man, nasty way to slam him. And then snaps the arm, adding insult to injury as he takes himself out of the equation and turns it over to Jesse the Body Ventura. Oh, an elbow takes Blackwell down right away. Ventura flexes the muscle and drops the elbow. Oh, man. Blackwell catches another clothesline from Jesse Ventura. The Grand Wizard with a lot of faith in this team. And, I mean, they're a good team. They just haven't had very good luck. It's just the way things are. Blackwell tags Ventura with a right. Ventura counters with a right of his own. Gets a hold of Blackwell. Hard whip to the ropes. Misses the grapple. They collide center ring. Big Jake Blackwell gets a hold of him. Whips him to the ropes. And he connects with a back body drop and a kick to the back. Big Jake takes himself topside here. Here we go. Big time crossbody with the pin and the hook of the leg. 1. Man, just barely a 1. Here comes Stefan Von Berger, the German technician. Stefan Von Berger starts raining the right hands. Here's a bit of trivia for you. Stefan Von Berger's family from Heidelberg, Germany. Brewers of famous German Von Berger beer out there in Europe. Here comes Big Jake Blackwell on the tag. Here comes a double team. Jesse Ventura's going to catch it here. Double power bomb. And down he goes as Blackwell takes over for the Insiders. Elbow right across the chest. That'll teach you to call him third string. What an insult. And Sylvia Strong, Johnny, I can understand her taking that personally. Big Jake Blackwell with a kick to the gut and a DDT to Jesse the Body Ventura. Jesse rounded up, puts on the brakes, delivers a headbutt to Blackwell. That was sudden. Hey, quick cheap shot from Stefan Von Berger breaks things up, but not long enough. Blackwell rounded up over the shoulder of Ventura, hung up on the top rope, and collapses center ring. Quickly back up on his feet, though. Jesse escorts him to his team's corner. Head first into the turnbuckle goes Blackwell. Here comes Superstar Graham. Double team incoming for the man of the people. Up and over into a back body drop, and down he goes. Superstar Graham double boot scrape across the sides of the face of Big Jake Blackwell, and he is raked in pain. All the way up on the top. Here we go. Elbow drop finds the mark. Nice hang time on that one. Here's a pin. 1, 2. But again, no. Just a near fall. Graham gathers him up. Discus punch sends Blackwell crashing to the canvas again. Superstar catching elbows to the midsection from Blackwell. Blackwell fails to connect with the jumping neck breaker. Graham slams him down, tags him with a right. Blackwell on one knee. Catches, a nasty left hook. Here comes Jesse Ventura on the tag. Blackwell steps out for a reset. Von Berger catches a shoulder from Jesse Ventura, now the legal man in the match. Blackwell shakes it off. He might have needed a breather. Ventura gets a hold of him. There's a snapmare and an elbow right to the top of the dome. Superstar Billy Graham comes in on the tag. Big Jake Blackwell stands center ring, gets a shoulder tackle, gets taken down again. The advantage seems to be going towards Graham and Ventura here. Let's see if they can keep it up. Von Berger laid out on the outside, courtesy of Jesse Ventura, who comes back in on the tag. Stefan Von Berger back up. Ventura fails to connect. Blackwell gets a hold of him. One arm slams him with authority and turns it over to Stefan Von Berger, the German technician. Got a dozen ways he can make you tap out. Von Berger whips him to the corner. The big splash doesn't find the mark. Ventura slams Von Berger down to the canvas. Ventura beats it out of town, turns it over to superstar Billy Graham. The Grand Wizard watching intently. He's got a lot riding on this team in this match. Hung up on the top rope, down goes superstar Billy Graham. Stefan Von Berger again starts putting the boost to the superstar. Beats it out of town, turns it over to Big Jake Blackwell. Blackwell back inside the ring, catches a shoulder from the superstar. Graham rounds him back up. Whips Blackwell and another shoulder tap. Okay. Outside rolls Big Jake Blackwell right next to Sylvia Strong. Graham hangs up Stefan Von Berger on the top rope. And it is not looking good for the insiders at the present time. Whoa! A quick jab and a quick elbow from Blackwell takes superstar down. And things might just shift around here. Whoa! Man, jumping neck breaker. And a nasty one too. Here's a cover, but Jesse Ventura right there to break it up. Blackwell goes right back to work on the superstar. There's an elbow across the chest. Superstar Graham trying to scramble into a corner here. Not a good place to be. Blackwell quickly countered by superstar Graham. Von Berger gets back to his tag corner. They collide center ring. Big Jake Blackwell with a knee to the midsection of superstar Graham. Quickly countered with a jawjacker. Graham misses his jab and catches a bunch of chops for his pains. Big Jake Blackwell escorts superstar to his team's corner. Head first into the turnbuckle. Here it comes. Stefan Von Berger. Another double team incoming. All the way up. Look at this. Oh, man. A power bomb and a neck breaker at the same time. Well, damn. That's some inventive stuff. Jesse Ventura draped over the top rope. Von Berger tags him with a right down. He goes. The referee counts superstar Graham on the outside. There's an elbow to the back of the head and an elbow to the back of Jesse Ventura. Graham gets back inside the ring, beats the count. Elbows to the midsection of Stefan Von Berger. Another snapmare from Graham and a ground of the boot right into the face. A stomp to the midsection. Superstar Graham quickly turning things around here for his team. And a bear hug spine buster from the superstar. Here's a pin attempt. 1, 2. But Von Berger using his whole body to power out of that one. And there's a whole lot of body to work with. Big man, 300 plus pounds. Superstar Billy Graham takes himself to the top turnbuckle. Von Berger's laid out near center. On second thought, no, he's going to stand up. Here it comes. And he missed it. Well, now. A quick jab and an elbow to the top of the dome for the superstar. Von Berger goes for the pin, too close to the opposing team's corner. Jesse Ventura right there to break things up. The German technician countered by the superstar again. Spun around, the arm wound up, and there's a clothesline. A little bit of fancy work there from superstar Graham. Here comes Jesse the Body Ventura. We're almost halfway through, still no sign of a winner. This is a good match. Ventura drops the elbow across the chest of the German technician. Quickly covers and hooks the leg. 1, 2. Von Berger got out of the pin and Blackwell was there to make the save just in case. Blackwell was almost shown the outside. He puts on the brakes himself. Von Berger rebounds off the ropes quickly, goes for the pin here. Tom Kanamura a little bit confused. 1. But superstar Graham breaks it up. The Grand Wizard of Wrestling very aloof about this stuff right here. A knee to the side of the head of Jesse Ventura. Von Berger turning it over to Big Jake Blackwell. Blackwell moves in. Ooh! Vicious running boot to the face of Jesse Ventura. Quickly makes the hot tag to superstar Graham. Graham misses the grapple. Blackwell gets a hold of him, has him up in the front cradle, takes him up over the shoulder, hangs him up off the top rope, and down goes superstar Billy Graham, who is busted open, incidentally. Didn't see that before. Graham with elbows to the midsection of Blackwell. Yeah, it's obviously gotten pretty serious. Clothesline. Takes Blackwell over the top and out onto the floor. Graham gets hung up on the top rope by Stefan von Berger. The German technician was ready for him. Graham counters Blackwell again with more elbows to the midsection. Charges. There's a clothesline that takes Blackwell down. The international champion having his share of difficulties with superstar Graham. Jesse Ventura, he's been all right, but Graham has been giving him some problems. There's a clothesline from the superstar. Blackwell quickly back up. Misses the jumping neckbreaker. Superstar Billy Graham gathers him back up. Winds up the arm. Blackwell counters with a forearm. Graham counters with a forearm of his own. Misses the jab. Delivers a kick to the midsection. There's a clubbing overhand right to Big Jake Blackwell. And down he goes center ring as Jesse Ventura comes in on the tag. Yeah, man. A great match. Wow. Jesse Ventura, drives a knee right into the back of the head of Big Jake Blackwell. Delivers his insult, takes a walk, and then turns it over to the superstar again. Graham misses his grapple. In his haste, catches the right from Blackwell. Blackwell beating his head against the canvas like it's a basketball, and he's a Harlem Globetrotter. Big Jake Blackwell rounds up the superstar for a big-time powerbomb. He caught the whole thing, too. Blackwell rallying his people. He is the man of the people, after all. Jesse Ventura comes in on the tag, gets a hold of Blackwell. Look at this, a quick slip out the back door, a kick to the midsection of Jesse Ventura. All the way up, slam face first into the canvas by Big Jake Blackwell. The international champion spins him around with the right, goes behind. Look at this full Nelson bomb. And into a pin. Look at that's beautiful. One. Superstar Graham with a kick to the side of the head disengages that pin. Graham catches a jumping neck breaker from Blackwell. Both members of the team laid out. Big Jake Blackwell stalking the superstar. Ain't even the legal man in the ring. Catches another jumping neck breaker. He's out. Forget it. Jesse Ventura has to work on his own here for a moment. Ventura winds him up. Vicious way to drive a knee into the nose. Blackwell staggers to the outside. Big Jake Blackwell on the outside. Jesse Ventura tags him with an elbow to the top of the skull. And now a series of wrist clutch kicks to Big Jake Blackwell. He is going to take his time. To hell with Tom Kanamura in the count. He is going to do some damage while he's out there working on the arms of Big Jake Blackwell. Double knees into the back of the man of the people. Jesse the Body Ventura going 7 counts of crazy here. Rolls Blackwell inside the ring, and look at this. Kanamura trying to get him in there. He's too busy showboating. Well, that's Mr. Hollywood for you. Jesse Ventura back inside the ring. Big Jake Blackwell. Look at this. Little display of arrogance. But I ain't gonna win you no match, and time's running out, people. Somebody better get on the ball. Graham tags in. Von Berger tags in. Fresh partners all the way around. Head-on collision near the corner. Stefan von Berger rounds up superstar Billy Graham. Nails him with the top of the turnbuckle. Nice snake eyes right there from the German technician. Catches the jawjacker from superstar Graham. Quick counter from von Berger and a running boot to the face. Graham quickly back up again. Wow. A knee to the head of von Berger. The German technician quickly back up again, gets a hold of the superstar, whipped into the corner, and he's just full on bleeding now. Graham counters, his eyes busted up or something. A kick to the midsection, and a knee to the head of the German technician superstar Billy Graham, perhaps wisely taking himself out, letting in Jesse the Body Ventura. Ventura slams von Berger down to the canvas and does it with a little pizzazz. Gotta give him that. Ventura catches a knee to the midsection from the German technician Stefan von Berger. Has him by the scruff of the neck, takes him to the insider's corner, slams his head into the buckle. Here comes Big Jake Blackwell on the tag, and a double team in the offing. Here it goes. Jesse Ventura goes flying, catches a back body drop. As Big Jake Blackwell takes over, Ventura rolls to the outside. Blackwell with bad intentions takes the charge, takes the nasty plunge through the ropes. and down goes Jesse the Body Ventura. Still being counted by the referee as Big Jake Blackwell takes himself in, goes after Superstar Graham, but catches a forearm for his pains. Superstar Graham steps down off the apron. And look at this, Blackwell goes after him too. Oh, the man of the people doing quite a little bit of showing off here. Superstar Graham getting to his feet. Jesse Ventura catches the lip of the apron on his head. Blackwell back inside the ring. Goes after, that took guts. He went after Superstar Graham a second time. Blackwell showing why he's number one. The international champion rounded up by Jesse the Body, lined up against the ropes, and tossed over the top rope and out onto the floor into enemy territory. Stefan Von Berger waiting right there to greet him. Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. Jesse Ventura rolled back inside the ring. Superstar Graham catches the lip of the apron courtesy of Big Jake Blackwell. Blackwell showboating on the apron. How many times have I told y'all people about this? And Jesse makes him pay with a hard right. And a second one. And a third one finally takes him down for the tumble. Don't showboat on the apron. I've said it 150,000 times. Dang. Jesse Ventura hangs up. Von Berger off the middle rope, and now, well, he's the only one standing. Blackwell shakes it off. Catches an elbow from Jesse Ventura. Time is definitely running the hell on out. Big Jake Blackwell back inside the ring. Jesse locks him up. Whips him to the far right corner. There's an elbow right to the face. Down goes Blackwell. There's a boot to the chest. There's a second. And a third. Blackwell rolls out of the ring. Catches another stomp from Ventura. Turns it over to Superstar Billy Graham. You might want to think about a quick stay here. He's busted up pretty good. There's a stomp to the back of Big Jake Blackwell. There's another set of stomps. Graham covers quickly. 1, 2. But nope. Oh, Big Jake Blackwell says, I'm not going out like that. Misses with the running boot. Graham gets him from behind, a headlock punch. Blackwell taken down by the Superstar, and he turns it over to Jesse the Body. Blackwell slowly getting back to his feet. A clothesline swings and misses. Ventura attacks him with a right. He's got him up. Again, Blackwell slips out the back door, catches a knee from Jesse Ventura. Jesse takes him down to the canvas. Well, that's one way to show off. Couple of push-ups and a knee to the back of the noggin. Yeah, Jesse Ventura still got some flair, gotta give him that. There's a wrist clutch kick to the face. Blackwell taken down to the canvas again as Jesse Ventura takes his sweet time, which he does not have much of, with less than 1 minute to go. Another set of knees to the back of Big Jake Blackwell. Here comes Superstar Billy Graham. Well, gotta admit it, nobody's giving up. A shot to the midsection from Blackwell to Graham. Graham counters with a kick. Blackwell delivers another knee to the midsection. Graham whipped to the ropes by Blackwell, misses the grapple. They collide center ring. A set of shots. Ooh, man, what a shot right there from Jake. Blackwell slams Graham into the turnbuckle. Here comes Stefan Von Berger. Less than 20 seconds to go. What you gonna do, people? And here we go again. A double power bomb and a neck breaker all at once. Less than 10 seconds to go. I got a bad feeling about this, as they said in the Star Wars movies, the good ones. Look at this. Graham's being counted. This is it. Forget it. Here's the bell. Forget about it.
The time limit has elapsed. This match is declared a time limit draw.
Well, it's a disappointing result, but at least it's not going to end in a post-match brawl like it did with Ernie Ladd and Aiden English the other night at late night. Oh, Aiden English got his butt handed to him. Folks, we'll be back with more Rwl Sn Rl in just a minute.
Cruiserweights, both of whom just happen to be champions. It's the Snarl TV champion Tibor Balescu facing Cruiserweight champion Gary Galaxy in a non-title exhibition. What a matchup from Myron and Schimmel.
Rescue to the rescue.
The following non-title champions duel is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Approaching the ring, accompanied by Rwl Sn Rl from Budapest, Hungary, weighing 200 pounds, the reigning Snarl television champion, the Hungarian Hurricane, Tibor Belescu. The Greek hustler Ari Alexandros, standing ringside with Belescu, filling in for tag partner light heavyweight champ, Sir Reggie Smythe, as Alexandros continues to bond with his Team Euro fellows. And this is a tough one to call with Belescu and Gary Galaxy, both sporting pretty solid win-loss records.
I'm leaning toward Belescu, but there's no guarantees against Gary Galaxy. And here he is now sporting the RWL Cruiserweight title, which no one has been able to relieve Gary of, and they've sure tried to.
Gary is one of Soviet's best-loved singles competitors, having finally shed his initial shyness and reluctance to be at the top, which he now, obviously, embraces completely. His opponent, accompanied by Sylvia Strong, from Chesapeake, Virginia, weighing 189 pounds, the RWL Cruiserweight champion, the prototype, Gary Galaxy. It's also a big help that Gary's built himself up quite a bit of charisma with fans. His ex-major title defense will be coming up at Coliseum Games, so he's looking forward to this tune-up match against Snarl TV champ Belescu.
Well, when you spent the better part of 2025 feuding with Tony Dangerous and Scotty Priest, I'm sure Tibor Belescu's a nice change of pace for the prototype. I don't know, I think Gary Galaxy might have this one in the bag. He's just been too hot lately.
Don't know and can't say for sure who's going home with the win tonight, but I am definitely feeling these kind of champion versus champion exhibition matchups. Rather than ask, what if we just make it happen here at RWL?
You got that right, GB. We do not talk, we do. Actions speak louder than words, my friend. Well, two cruiserweights, two champions with solid records. Nothing can possibly go wrong. Go wrong. Go wrong. Go wrong. All right, let's see how this shapes out. Referee Willie Johnson rings the bell, and here we go. Belescu opens up with a knee and a kick, has Gary Galaxy up over the shoulders and slams him down. Drives the knee into the back. The Hungarian Hurricane, countered by Gary Galaxy. Gary gets a hold on him, whips him to the far left corner, charges, and a beautiful monkey toss center ring to Tibor Belescu. Gary quickly going for a pin. One. Only just a one. Tibor Belescu catches a knee to the back from Gary Galaxy. The prototype tags him with the right. Locks up Belescu. Belescu countering with elbows. Backs off Gary Galaxy. Belescu locks him up. Drives a knee. A spike knee right into the head. A set of hard right hands to Galaxy from Belescu, followed up with a stomp to the midsection. The Hungarian Hurricane slowing down the pace here, keeping Gary Galaxy on the mat, keeping control on his side of things, and going to work on the arms of Gary Galaxy. Belescu drops a pair of knees into his back. The prototype losing control of things here pretty quickly. The Hungarian Hurricane with a set of rocket kicks to the head, and out to the floor goes Gary Galaxy. Belescu charges over the top rope, ass over tea kettle, human cannonball, takes Gary Galaxy down on the outside. A knee, a kick, but Gary Galaxy counters, takes him down to the floor. The Cruiserweight champ with a stomp to the arm, and a stomp to the midsection, and a rolling elbow to the back of Belescu. Belescu rounded back up by Gary Galaxy. Gary, one arm backbreaker, a knee into the back for Belescu. Getting his head beat against the floor, you can hear the thunks. Oh man, sounds like a melon being dropped from a high building. There's a stomp to the arm from Gary Galaxy to Belescu. Belescu in trouble as Gary Galaxy drives a knee into the arm again. The prototype rounds up the Snarl TV champion, rolls him back inside the ring. And here he comes in hot pursuit, takes himself topside, Bolescu laid out center ring. There's an elbow right across the back from Gary Galaxy. Rolls him over, goes for the cover and hooks the leg here. 1, 2. But no, Bolescu getting the right shoulder up. So he's strong. Thought he had it, but I guess not. Off the rope. Oh, man, beautiful moonsault. Catching Bolescu unaware. There's a stomp right to the face. Gary Galaxy stomping the Hungarian Hurricane. Here's a... Oh, man, he missed that one. Bolescu dodging out of the way just in time. The Hungarian Hurricane whips Galaxy to the ropes. Oh, man, a pair of kicks takes Galaxy down to the mat. Bolescu opens up with hard left hands to the head of Gary Galaxy, followed up with a stomp to the midsection. Bolescu again working on the arms of Gary Galaxy, keeping him on the mat. He cannot do any high flying from that position, and Bolescu knows it. The Hungarian Hurricane again drops a pair of knees into the back of the Cruiserweight champion. Gary Galaxy back on the wrong side of the business and in trouble again. The momentum has shifted back and forth a couple of times already. Bolescu with a set of running forearms and a hard right spins Galaxy around, has him up over the shoulder. Inverted fireman's carry, drives a knee right into the head and down he goes. Here's a pin. 1, 2. Well, damn. Gary Galaxy refusing to go down with the ship. Bolescu with bad intentions as Galaxy's on the apron. Oh, shoulder takes him down to the floor. And again, this match goes to the outside, which I was not expecting it to, but here we are. Galaxy takes down Bolescu on the outside, goes behind on him, rear waist lock, gives him the bum's rush back inside the ring. Bolescu locks him up, escorts him towards the far right corner. Gary Galaxy smashed head first into the buckle. There's a kick to the ribs. The Hungarian Hurricane quickly countered by Gary Galaxy. Galaxy locks him up. Nice fireman's carry from the Prototype. Gary Galaxy goes behind, slams him down hard. Head first into the canvas. Ari Alexandros, the Greek hustler, looking on quietly. There's a spine buster from Gary Galaxy. Bolescu losing control of things again as Gary Galaxy turns it around for himself one more time. Great matchup so far. There's a stomp and another to Bolescu from Gary Galaxy. A knee right to the side of the head. Bolescu rolls to the outside. Gary Galaxy looks like he might be getting ready to pay it back. Here he goes over the top. Oh, man. Took Bolescu down to the floor the hard way. The Prototype not afraid to go air. Well, now, there's a nice suplex on the outside to Bolescu from Gary Galaxy right in front of Sylvia Strong. There's another elbow to the arm of Bolescu. The Hungarian Hurricane gathered up by the Prototype, being escorted back towards the ring, hopefully. Back inside we go. And again, this match has been in and out of the ring. Bolescu locks up Galaxy, whips him towards the rope, tries for the bear hug, but no dice. Gary Galaxy tags him with a set of rights and sets him up. Oh, man, there's a beautiful pin right here. 1, 2. Shut up. Bolescu finding his way out. Galaxy off the middle rope. There's another moonsault to a laid out Tibor Bolescu. Looks like Galaxy's getting ready to lay in the coup de grace here. Off the top, there's the leg drop right across the throat. Here's a pin attempt. I think that's going to be it. 1, 2, 3, and most certainly it is. Gary Galaxy picking up the win over Bolescu by pinfall.
The time, 6 minutes and 23 seconds. Your winner, pinfall, Gary Galaxy.
It was everything we expected. Fast, frenetic, and wow, just amazing. Gary Galaxy winds up picking up the win over Tibor Bolescu, who fought his heart out to not lose, but that's what happens. We'll be back with more Snarl in just a minute. Alright, it's the last match of Hour 1 before the intermission, and it is a doozy. The last 3 Memphis Millionairesses, Angie Angel Guns, Jody Warwick, and Liberty Belle Danielle, all in the same match. A triple threat matchup of ladies Memphis Millionairesses. Wow.
This next ladies' three-way match is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, she's an RWL Ladies Triple Crown champion and the reigning Snarl Women's champion, All-American Liberty Bell, Danielle Heathcote. We start with this year's winner, Liberty Bell Danielle. And what a match we've got going here between the ladies' Memphis Million winners for the last 3 years. And they've all got history between them.
Yep, it was just last year that Jody and Angie got into it over the women's international title, with Angie winning out over Jody, only to lose the belt to die on the tightness. But Angie hasn't forgotten the heat between herself and Jody.
And Danielle certainly hasn't forgotten the tension between herself and Jody Warwick, which ended in a Hell in the Cell match at the Philadelphia Spectrum last March. Well, she was convinced she'd never have to face Jody Warwick in another ring again, but, well, when you got 3 Memphis Millionairesses and you want a 3-way match, well, you just gotta do it, and it is what it is.
Also from New York City, here is Angie Angel Guns.
And here she comes. Her dad is now officially a Memphis Million winner, and that is likely to impact Angie Angel Guns in the future. Angie very proud of her dad. And he'll be out here in just a couple of minutes after this match to explain what's going on with him and that Memphis Million win.
Angie's been women's world champ, women's international champion, and 1/3 of the ladies tag trio champions with Next Gen, and so she stands as the most acclaimed of the 3 contestants, with Danielle running her a very close second because of all that gold she's toting.
Yeah, Triple Crown champions are funny that way, GB.
And from Fontana, California, with Kidney Judy Cora.
Well, Jody became one of the biggest stars in the ladies division in 2025. And man, from their Memphis Million win onward, the Memphis Millionaires Jody Warwick, the Whip Kitten, has certainly made an impact all of last year, and she's looking to do the same this year. Although she has no gold, she's determined to get some back pretty soon, and who knows, this match might lead the way to something down the road.
What a total metamorphosis for Jody, from being one of the most hated gals in the ladies division to turning herself around, making just a huge name for herself. Looking forward to see what Jody brings to the table in 2026.
That's definitely something. The last 3 Memphis Millionairesses in a row, all in the same matchup. Oh, this is going to be good. Naturally, I'm rooting for Danielle, but we'll see how it all shakes out. Here we go. Willie Johnson sounds the bell. Danielle and Jody Warwick going right after each other. Angie Angel Guns waiting to cut in on a partner here. Danielle almost whipped into the corner. Angie Angel Guns tries to suplex Jody, but she counters, winds up getting suplexed by Danielle. Angie Angel Guns breaking up the pin there. Liberty Bell. Danielle rounded up by Angie Angel Guns up into a powerbomb, a sit-out powerbomb. Jody Warwick charges, misses with the clothesline. Angie tags her with a right. Tags Danielle with a couple of rights and a chop across the chest. Danielle quickly counters. Gets a hold of her, has her up. There's a backbreaker to Angie. Jody Warwick catches a jumping neck breaker. Angie with a knee to Danielle and a clothesline to Jody Warwick. Well, this one's going to get chaotic real quick. Angie sets it up. There's an axe kick to Jody Warwick. Danielle locks her up, takes her down to the canvas. Classic wrestling takedown. Danielle with a right to Angie. Angie locked up by Danielle. Whip to the ropes. Jody Warwick going under the ring for a chair. And here's where it starts to get personal. There's a kitchen sink knee from Danielle. Jody disarmed by Danielle. Danielle rounded up by Jody Warwick to the far left corner. Head first into the turnbuckle. Angie Angel Gun sneaks up behind on her. Whips Jody to the ropes. Tags her with a right. A jumping elbow from Danielle to Jody. And another to Angie Angel Guns. Both of them laid out. Liberty Bell, Danielle Heathcote showing out here a little bit. Russian leg sweep from Angie Angel Guns. An elbow to Angie from Jody Warwick. Danielle with a set of hard rights to Jody. Jody counters, delivers a kick to the midsection. Rounds up, Danielle whips her to the far right corner. Angie Angel Guns coming back with a chair. And that's going to be bad news for somebody. Oh, Jody Warwick just caught it. Angie Angel Guns piling up the chairs here. Here's a pin. One. No, just the one. Liberty Bell Danielle still in that corner. Angie Angel Guns was going to go after her, but decided to go. Oh, wait a minute. She went after Danielle anyway. Jody picks up another chair. Danielle countered by Angie. Jody swings that chair, tags Angie Angel Guns with a shot to the head. Danielle with a German suplex to Jody. Angie Angel Guns still reeling from that chair shot. Again, Danielle quickly disarmed, but Jody Warwick set up for a backbreaker. Angie swings and misses with a clothesline, gets caught from behind, but Jody Warwick has her up. Electric chair drop from Jody Warwick to Angie Angel Guns. Danielle on the outside, collecting herself. Makes her way back inside the ring. Jody Warwick delivering knees to the leg of Angie Angel Guns. Danielle charges a clothesline to the back of the head of Jody Warwick. Swings and misses with a right, but whoa! Wraparound DDT from Jody Warwick. Turns her attention back to Angie Angel Guns. Into the ring post time, into the ring post time, into the ring post time, into the ring post time. Danielle rounds up Jody Warwick. Has her up. Inverted Dragon Sleeper off the middle rope, just hanging her out to dry. Lets her drop. Angie rounds up a chair. Catches a jumping elbow from Danielle. Winds up on the canvas. Jody rolls to the outside. Liberty Bell, Danielle Heathcote in control of things at the present time. Gets a hold of Angie's belly-to-belly suplex to Angie Angel Guns. There's a rolling elbow to the midsection of Angie. Jody rounds up a kendo stick, gets herself back inside the ring. Danielle takes herself to the top turnbuckle. Here comes Jody, but nothing she can do. There's an elbow across the chest. Across the tag. Danielle with a kendo stick doesn't get it. Breaks up the pin instead. Well, man. I knew this was going to be crazy, but damn. Jody Warwick with a leg grapevine on Liberty Bell. Danielle tags her with a set of rights. Gets her disengaged. Angie Angel Guns is fired up. Gets a hold of Danielle Heathcote. Whips her to the far left corner. Jody Warwick goes behind on Angie. Sets her up. There's a full Nelson suplex from the Memphis Millionaires, the whip kitten Jody Warwick. Jody Warwick slams the head of Danielle into the turnbuckle. Angie on the outside. Oh! Jody crowned her with that chair right in the face. Angie disarms Jody Warwick. Sets her up for the flatliner. Boom! There it is. This could be the end right here. Well, maybe not. Angie Angel Guns don't look like she's finished. She still remembers losing the women's international title to Jody Warwick. Danielle disarms Angie. Goes for the pin on Jody Warwick, but Angie Angel Guns right there to spoil the party. Tags Danielle with the right, gouging the face of Liberty Bell. Danielle Heathcote, Angie Angel Guns. Definitely done fooling around. Jody Warwick tags Angie with her right, a chop, a kick to the midsection, and a DDT takes her down to the canvas. Liberty Bell Danielle rounded up by Jody. Package. Here's a pin. 1, 2. Damn close call. Right now, Jody Warwick, the only one standing tall. Angie Angel Guns brought up to a seated position by Jody, who gouges the face of Angie. Angie tags her with a right. Gets a hold of Jody. Whips Jody towards the ropes. Drives a knee into her head. Liberty Bell Danielle with a quick wraparound DDT. And Angie Angel Guns. Jody Warwick rolls to the outside. Danielle tags Angie with a right. Rounds her back up to a standing position. Whips her to the far left corner. Jody Warwick is laid out on the outside. A chop across the chest from Liberty Bell Danielle. There's a second that takes Angie down into a seated position in the corner. Angie brought out with an alley-oop by Danielle. And here's another pin attempt. 1, 2. Now close call, but no cigar. Jody Warwick back in the ring, taken down by Liberty Bell Danielle Heathcote into an ankle lock center ring. No ropes to get to. Angie Angel Guns unable to break it up. Jody counters a boot to the face of Danielle Heathcote. Angie goes behind on Danielle, catches an elbow. Danielle goes behind on Angie. Little double team here. Dual Russian leg sweep from Danielle and Jody Warwick. A brief moment of partnership here. Jody Warwick catches a back suplex from Angie Angel Guns. Danielle hops to the outside, gonna get herself a weapon now finally. Everybody else has. She's got a candlestick, changes her mind about that one. Guess she wasn't satisfied. Oh well. Jody Warwick catches the lip of the apron on the outside from Angie Angel Guns. Liberty Bell Danielle still in the center of the ring. Doing a little bit of showboating for the fans. At least she ain't doing it out on the apron, thank goodness. Here we go. Angie with a candlestick, making a beeline for Jody Warwick, but Angie rounded up by Liberty Bell Danielle. Full Nelson suplex on the outside. Again, no referees counting this matchup because there ain't no rules. Up over the shoulders, slam down to the floor goes Jody Warwick. Liberty Bell Danielle Heathcote currently in control of the situation. Angie Angel Guns gets a hold of her, tries to change things around, rolls her back inside the ring. Turns her attention back to Liberty Bell Danielle. Danielle escorted towards the far right corner, head first into the turnbuckle. Jody Warwick beginning to stir on the outside. A set of machine gun punches to Danielle from Angie Angel Guns. There's a boot to the face. There's another. There's a third. Oh, man. Jody back in the ring. Angie Angel Guns gets a hold of her. Danielle rolls to the outside. Angie Angel Guns with another back suplex to Jody Warwick. Angie Angel Guns covers, hooks the leg. Danielle's nowhere to be found. 1, 2, 3. That is the end of this one. Angie Angel Guns picking up the win on Jody Warwick by pinfall.
The time, 8 minutes and 12 seconds. Your winner by pinfall, Angie Angel Guns.
I can't call it an unexpected win because all three of these ladies were all high quality, but Angie Angel Guns winds up getting the Duke over the Memphis Millionaires, Whip Kit and Jody Warwick. And look at that. Just like her old man winning the Memphis Million a couple of weeks ago. Angie Angel Guns opens up on Danielle Heathcote here in the replay. She goes down into the corner and never left it. And as soon as Jody Warwick came back in, that was the end of her. Angie Angel Guns planted her and got the 3-count pinfall. Folks, we'll be right back in just a minute with Mr. Ringside Eddie Guns. Don't you go anywhere. We'll be back with more Snarl in just a minute.
Okay, last week we saw Liberty Bell Danielle come out to take her bows and get her flowers for winning the ladies' Memphis Million. And finally, after 2 weeks of serious J.D. Salinger level reclusiveness, Mr. Ringside has finally made the scene. And yes, I am wondering what our latest Memphis Millionaire has in his mind.
They're saying no one's ever just vanished after winning the Memphis Million, and that's true. I am the first. But at the same time, I ain't never won no $1 million before either. So rather than run off all illy through the streets spending like a drunken sailor, I wanted me some time to examine my new situation, because after all, this right here, it's life-changing money, despite my making pretty good jack with this company over the years. So I took that little bit of time off and learned from history. Our history in RWL specifically. Looked back at all 11 past Memphis millionaires. Not passing judgments on who spent what or why, but the one thing I did notice is the smartest ones took that money and made it work. For them, people, you can't deny it. Look at Matt Clark and Rod Whitley. They're retiring from working shows to producing them for RWL, Big Herc, and Tex. They're running the show now. See, that right there's the future I'd want for me and mine. And now I got the means to make that shit happen. So, I'm giving out this money while I'm alive, because I want to see their faces when people get what they got coming. So, off the top, $250,000 is reinvented right back into RWL. Because that's something all the smart winners did too. The rest is going out to my pretty extensive families, both blood and extended. My old run-in buddies got something coming for sure. And of course, my lovely Miss Parker and her friends, and anyone else who might be looking to make some kind of deals. You know where to find me, Socios de Negocios. The Guns family dynasty, we're sticking around. And this time, we're not about taking over. We just want to stay part of this great promotion. So fancy fans, keep your eyes on the Guns family, because we'll be making buku moves. Peace out, world.
I'll tell you what, guys, Mr. Ringside has never been a foolish man, and he just demonstrated it again. Well, he's going to take that $1 million and make something out of himself, and along with it, the rest of his family will be back with more RWL Snarl in just a minute.